Hey everyone, welcome back. For today's video, we're going to be doing a full review of this Super73 Z Miami, so let's get started. The Z Miami starts at a price of $1,995 and you get your pick of 4 different colors. The color that we have here is Sriracha Red and probably will be my pick, although I am kind of inclined to go with the Prickly Pink because I kind of like how that looks too, but I like all the colors that the Z Miami offers. So the frame of the Z Miami is made out of lightweight aircraft grade aluminum alloy and is really nice and lightweight. Now, we were not able to remove the battery pack itself, but with the battery pack, you're looking at a weight of about 59 pounds, which really isn't that bad for this bike. It's nice and light, it's easy to pick up as well. So speaking of the frame, there is no suspension on this bike, although Super73 does say that you can buy accessories for this as well, but it is just a solid frame, solid fork up front. And then for the tires, you're looking at the 20-inch by 80 millimeters of the wheels, the alloy wheels themselves, and then the tires are the 4-inch Trooper Urban tires, which I have to say, these tires do a great job with sticking to the pavement, no matter if it's like a brindle trail, concrete or asphalt, whatever it is. It sticks to it, it rides really great, and I love these tires a lot on this bike. It's definitely the right pick for this bike. So stopping the bike, you do have front and rear brakes. They are mechanical, they are disc, they are 180 millimeters in stopping distance. They are mechanical, but they do a really great job of actually stopping the bike. So the bike itself, this particular bike that Super73 has in particular just has a single chain and a single gear. So there aren't multiple gears you can go through. There's not a derailleur because there aren't multiple gears. That's something that I personally would like, but for an urban bike just as this is, it's honestly very perfect for what you need. You have great pedal assist and you also have your throttle to help you out too. So the frame of the bike, I also really like the fact that you can see the options where you can buy different accessories for your Super73. You can get cages here on the back, so if you want to have extra storage, you can put that there. You can put your water bottle here. There's so many different mounting points that I love that Super73 puts on their bikes. So that way you can mount any accessories that you want. What's really great about the Super73, the Z Miami in particular, is I'm a really short rider. So I'm only 5'4", and this seat height is about 28 inches. So for me, I've had a lot of bikes in the past where both my feet do not touch the ground, but for me, both my feet do touch the ground on this bike. This is the perfect seat height, and I have to say this seat is so comfortable here on all the trails, on the sidewalks, on the street. It really soaks up all the bumps, and I really like how squishy and soft the seat is. So now that we've gone over what the frame of the bike looks like, and it's really nice looking, I really like how it feels. It's very solid, very well made, and I haven't had any complaints or any worries about the frame or anything on the bike at all. It's been really great to ride. So let's talk about some other tech specs. So the battery pack on the Z Miami is located right here in the middle of the frame underneath the seat. What I like about the battery pack is, yes, it is removable, which is really nice. So if you wanted to ride your Z Miami without the battery pack, you can certainly do that. Now, the battery itself is 615 watt hours, and what's nice is Super73 gives you a 2 amp charger as standard, so the charge time for that is about 6 to 7 hours, or you can option in a 5 amp charger if you like, for a charge time of 2 to 3 hours. Now, for the range of this battery pack, you're looking at about 30 plus miles of range if you're using class 2 throttle only, or if you want to go further, you would have to switch down to class 1 pedal assist only, and you can get over 50 miles of range, which is actually really great. So I found in my riding, I'm using a mix of pedal assist and throttle, so about 50-50 I would say. And I would say I'm about 35 to 40 miles of EV range on the bike itself before it depletes. So which is actually pretty good, and I can get exactly where I need to. And I can always charge it overnight just in case too, but this has lasted me quite a while for as many adventures as we've been going on. So this battery pack is nice, it's great, it's powerful, and I really like it. Now that we've talked about the battery pack here on the Z Miami, let's talk about the motor in the back. So that is internally geared. It is a brushless DC hub motor that offers 750 watts of nominal power and 1200 watts at the peak. And this bike is really peppy with this, and I think that it contributes to how lightweight the frame of the bike is as well. So the Z Miami does offer 4 different pedal assist modes and different classes of power as well. So in class 1 mode, you can reach a top speed of 20 miles an hour. If you're in class 2, you can reach a top speed of 26 miles an hour. And then if you go into off-road mode, you can hit a top speed of 28 miles an hour. And honestly, at any of those speeds, it is a blast here in the Z Miami. It is such fun to either use the pedal assist or even just the throttle to just zip around on this bike. Now that we've talked about specs of the Z Miami, let's go over what it's like to ride the bike. So the seating position is great for someone like myself who is 5'4", so that low seat height is so great for shorter riders, and that's kind of what it is meant for. The handlebars offer a great grip, and I love them, especially with my gloves. They're really easy to grip, really easy to handle, and they're a great distance apart for myself. The braking levers are really easy to pull, and the brakes really stop the bike fairly quickly, so you have to modulate the brakes a little bit just to kind of get you to stop at a good distance. Now, one thing that I love is the trans-selective monochrome display is so easy to see in all sorts of light, including in direct sunlight. I can see it no matter what, whether it's displaying the directions or the speed or my distance or my state of charge. It's so easy to see that, and I love that about this bike. Another thing that I love is the throttle is so easy to modulate, and when the power comes on, it's smooth and it's really strong, so you can definitely get up to speed. I really enjoy the way this bike handles. It's really easy to ride it into a corner. You can kind of lean in with the bike to kind of help you go around a corner, and I love how that feels. Overall, this has been one of my favorite riding e-bikes thus far that I have ever tested, and I can't wait to ride this more because I love it so much. Here are some great features about the Super73 mobile app. So here's your dashboard right here. You can see your current time and speed for your rides. There's also an activity feed where you can see any of your previous rides and see how long you went, what your distance is, your speed. You can also see information about the bike that you're riding itself, and also see if there's any firmware updates as well. What's really cool is you can change state of charge and speed right here in the mobile app to display like so in the mobile app. And then also you can change the ride mode, which is really cool. Lastly, I love that you can track your rides and you can see exactly where you need to go for directions, and it sends it right to the bike on the left-hand side with the display. And I love that Super73 has this ability to do so, and the mobile app is definitely one of my favorites. Now that we've talked about top features of the Super73 Z Miami, I want to go over if there's any improvements that they could do for the bike. And to be honest, for what this bike is and at the price point that it is, there really isn't any improvements in my book. I think for the price point and what features you get as standard on the Super73 Z Miami, there really isn't any improvements. But the one thing I will say is being in a very urban environment here that we live in, I would like to have lights as standard. Now, I know you can buy those as accessories. Super73 has a wide range of accessories that you can look for any of their bikes online, which is really great. But I have my own lights for a variety of bikes, so I just mount my own lights, and it's perfectly fine. But I kind of wish they came with that as standard. Other than that, I've really enjoyed this bike. It's been really great to ride. It's been a lot of fun between the throttle response and everything. I really love this bike a lot. The only personal preference I have is I'm coming from someone who only rides mountain bikes primarily. So I'm used to bikes that have multiple gears, who actually have a derailleur, so that way I can change the gears as I'm going. The single gear is something that I'm trying to get used to in bikes, but I still find it's a great time to ride this bike, and I'm getting the appropriate amount of exercise that I need to. That's the only personal preference for me, nothing against the bike. I still think the single gear is still fantastic in this bike. But I just want to say thanks again, Super73, for sending the Z Miami out. I really enjoyed this time with this bike, and it's been such a blast. And I can't wait to explore more of the Super73 bike series and family with you guys. So take care, stay safe, and make every day electrifying, including your e-bikes.